Hello, chickens. It's Friday. Are you there? Hello? I can hear sort of. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, you there. All right. Now listen. If I'm correct, did I send you those 4 algebra questions to do for homework?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, awesome. I'll quickly do them fast, and then we'll do some more algebra for the rest of today. And then on Monday, send me suggestions of what you want me to do. I'm thinking we should consider going ahead with the syllabus. I'm going to leave that to you. So after today's lesson, think about what you want me to do on Monday, and let's just have a few ideas, bounce it off. Maybe I can just revise exponents that you did last year and bring in the grade 11 type of exponent questions. Maybe we can do that. So let me know. Okay, as far as today, I'm just going to quickly do these questions. I will send the memo, so I'm not going to spend too long doing them. Okay, so question 1. Solve the following equations for x to be an element of real. 1.1. So I gave you 2x squared minus 3x minus 5 equals to 0. For 3 marks. Now, I'm not sure if this will factorize. For 3 marks, maybe. The difference of 3, let's just quickly do it. The factors of 2 and the factors of 5 by 3, okay? 2 times 5 is 10, 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 2 is 2. So 5 minus 2 is 3. So this actually does factorize. So when you open your 2 brackets equals to 0. So guys, do you agree it's going to be 2x and 1x there? But it's got to be 5 and 1 in that order. So the 5 must go with the bracket with the 2x. This tells me the brackets will have different signs. The biggest product gets this sign. So who's bigger, 5x or 2x? 5x. So 5x will get the minus, then that should be plus. Now, if I've done it wrong, I'll FOIL it quickly. There's my 2x squared plus 2x minus 5. See, the difference is minus 3x. And there is my minus 5. In this example, 1 mark for factorizing. If you let 2x minus 5 equals to 0, degree 2x will be positive 5. So degree x will be 5 over 2. You have to write or. You could have gone from there to the answer. And if you let x plus 1 equals to 0, then you're going to get x equals minus 1. So the 3 marks will come for literally that. Now, guys, there are a lot of you who couldn't factorize that. So if you use the quadratic formula, which you can't drop the equation. You can't just go minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. You have to write x equals 2. It must be an equation. Now, you don't get a mark for that. If you couldn't factorize it, I want to show you where this mark would be replaced. So you would go minus b, which is minus 3, plus or minus, whoa, sorry, that line just went off course, minus 3 squared, which will be positive 9, minus 4 times a, which is 2.
Like, I don't think that we'll be able to be.
We won't be able to watch that, Chop. Okay, don't talk so I can hear
pussy.
All right. So guys, whatever you say, I can hear you. I can use it against you.
I don't think you're not able to like as much because
guys, someone's having a long chat to someone else and everyone's listening to a conversation.
Oh shit! Sorry, ma'am. I didn't know my mic was unmuted.
Yeah, yes, now we saw on camera. Luckily, I don't know who you are. Okay, so that's all I can say. You are very lucky. Guys, if you couldn't factorize it, then that mark would have been for substitute into the quad formula, but you've got to have x equals 2 and then 1, 1. You'd get the same answers. You might get 2, 5, which is the same as that, minus 1. All right, let's look at the next question. I heard someone say, when will it end? The lesson will end in 40 minutes time, about 35 minutes. It's Friday, so a very blessed Ramadan Mubarak to my Muslims. I know Friday is very sacred, and you're going to go off after this and pray. All right? So have a nice Friday. This is just a bit of revision. X bracket 5x minus 1 equals to 8 for 4 marks. Now, lamb chops, if that was 0, then you would say x is 0 or bracket is 0, and you go into your answers. But it's not 0, it's 8. Now, there's no rule that says something times something. If it's 8, then that must be 8 or that must be 8. So do you understand? You have to distribute out the bracket. You have to get rid of that bracket. Bring the 8 over, equals to 0. So your first mark is standing for. Now, the factors of 5 and 8 differ by 1. This does not factorize. They should have said in your exam to 2 decimal places. That would have been a bit more of a clue. But I can already see this doesn't factorize. So the quad formula goes minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So we're going to have x equals to minus 1 plus or minus negative 1 squared, b squared, it's the coefficient of x, minus 4 times a, which is plus 5, the coefficient of x squared, times c with the sign, the constant term, and the whole of the right-hand side, starting from the equals, is over 2 times a, which is the 5. Now, guys, you don't even have to simplify what's in the radical. You can go straight into your answer if you would like to. Very quickly, I'm going to go up, down. I know that minus times minus is plus 1. So I'm not going to waste time going minus bracket, minus 1, close bracket. You can only do one symbol at a time. So start with the plus, then go square root. Now, minus 1 squared will be plus 1. Remember, if you don't write that bracket and you type in minus 1 squared, you will get minus 1. Because your calculator is going minus 1 squared, which is minus 1. If you want to take the whole minus 1 and square it, then that's minus 1 times itself. You see, it becomes plus 1. And we want to take the whole of b and square it. So it's definitely going to be the square root of plus 1, and then minus 4 times 5 times minus 8. So I know the minus times minus becomes plus 5 4s are 20, 20 times 8. And then in the denominator, 2 times 5 is 10. All right, so let's get 2d x is 1,368, which would be 1,37. Did you get the same as me, lamb chop, so far? I'm just changing my plus to a minus. Who got the same as me? Minus 1,17. Who got the same as me? Anyone, if you did, say yes.
Yes.
Yay! Okay. In fact, I've got my own memo. Why am I asking you? Yeah, that's it. Let me see what my memo says.
Yo, man.
Yo!
Things, man.
1,37 or minus 1,17. All right. Brilliant. Let's do 1.3. These are all very level 2 easy. We're going to rock the boat now with harder examples. 1.3. X squared minus 5x plus 2 minus 4 over x squared minus 5x plus 2 is equals to 0. Look at that, 7 marks. Now, some of you are going to think you've got to factorize this, and even if you can't, which you won't, then you might think you've LCD and times that by that.
Ma'am?
See, I would get x4. Do you all see I would get an x4? That is why this is K method. Okay, do you see that we're going to say let the repeated pattern. Do you see those three terms are exactly the same? So let x squared minus 5x plus 2, let it equals to k. So do you agree this will just be k plus 4 over k equals to 0. What do I do next? Use your ghost 1, go into your LCD, flatten, state your restrictions. Obviously, k cannot be what, lamb chops? K cannot be 0. Do you understand why? Yes, because we've been dividing by 0, which is undefined. Right, take your first denominator, 1 divided into k goes k, times k, we get k squared. Plus. Now look, it's minus. Did you notice I made that deliberate error there, lamb chops? Ha. So I did that on purpose to see if you were watching and no one said anything. Are you still there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm there.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, so I've got the correct sign here. Then k into k goes once. 1 times 4 is 4. Now, I'll tell you a little secret. I didn't look at the memo, but in my head, if that had been k squared plus 4, you would get no solution. And for 7 marks, I don't think they want 7 marks to get up to k squared minus 4 is no solution. And that's what made me double check my sign. Please turn the music off. Turn the sound off. Right. You can either take the square root and go plus minus, or can you see it's the difference of 2 squares? However you do this, can you see you're going to get k is plus or minus 2. Now you're not finished because the question never said solve for k. The question said solve for x. So who is k? We said that expression x squared minus 5x plus 2, that equals to k. But we know k is either positive 2, so x squared minus 5x plus 2 is 2. Don't talk. No, there's music. Stop it, guys. Or 5x, just x squared minus 5x plus 2 would equals to minus 2. Okay, in this example, do you see the 2's cancel, leaving you x squared minus 5x equals to 0. And to factorize that, just take out the x as a highest common factor, x minus 5. So a times b is 0. So either a is 0 or b is 0. So x is 0, or the bracket is 0, which means x is 5. Now, just before I continue, some of you might say, ma'am, but x can't be 0. You're mixing x up with k. K can't be 0. But x can not divide minus 2, minus 5 becomes plus 4 is 0. To add up to 5, don't drop your equation. So it's x, 1 and 4, same signs, both the first sign. And guys, we're going to get x equals to positive 1. No music. Okay. I mean it. Not funny. Take this. But at the same time, you know, you wouldn't do that in class. It would be disrespectful, and I know for a fact some of you are doing it on purpose. Okay, I think you think you're funny, but you're not. Yeah, did someone call my name?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you got plus 2 minus 2 equals to 4. No, the other one. You took over the. Oh, it changed sign. Okay, so it's plus 2. Oh, plus 2 plus 2.
Yeah, did
So
it change the sign, so that's how I got the answer.
Yeah, so it actually just cancels out. You see that, drop?
Yeah.
Now that's what I like, a maths question. So I took out the common factor of x. And then, do you understand, k could either be 2. So the first answer, you see I made it 2, and then the 2's cancelled. But the second answer, I made the k minus 2.
Negative. And then
Yeah,
you
and then
change
that
sign and you took it
becomes
over. Okay.
plus 4. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, now guys, I'll do the last question, and then I'm going to go back to k method. But I'm going to make the k method harder. And I'm doing it on purpose to train you for a harder exam. So let's just kill the third question. The third question, all right, I bet you some of you forgot to check it. Am I right? 1.4, so solve for x, you've got 5 minus x under your square root plus 1 is x, minus x. That's the question. Now it says 6 marks, change that to 5 marks. These are 5 marks, not 6 marks. If you remember with this question, if you try and square like that, you get naught. You've got to first isolate the term that has the radical, which is the square root of 5 minus x. So that plus 1 needs to go to the other side. So we've got 5 minus x under a square root equals to minus x minus 1. Right, 1 mark, you isolate the term with the radical. Then the rule says to get rid of this radical, it's a square root, you would do the opposite operation, so we square. But the rules for equation say you can do whatever you like as long as you do both sides of the equation as a whole. So you're not allowed to just square each term. You've got to take the whole of the right, which makes that FOIL. When you square a square root, the squared will take away the square root. So whatever is inside the radicand just comes out. And if you FOIL this, minus x times itself will be plus x squared. Then you times the two terms together. What is minus times minus? Plus 1x, double, so that becomes 2x. The last term of a binomial squared is always positive, square the last. If you can't do that by inspection, write the identical bracket out, do the FOIL, you will get to that. Now we're going to get this equation into standard form. So we're going to bring both these terms, one at a time, across. Leaving me on the left, naught. On the right, I've got x squared plus 2x. So this minus x, if I bring it over, will become plus x. There's my 2x. I've got a plus 1. I bring this plus 5 to the other side. To you guys, it becomes minus 5 equals naught. So naught equals to x squared and your like terms, plus 3x, and then add your like terms there, minus 4. The factors of 1 and 4 to differ by 3. These always factorize. So the x, 1, 4. This tells me the brackets will have the biggest product sign. So the plus goes with the 4, and that's minus. Let's check ourselves. X squared plus 4x minus 1x. The difference, the answer to subtraction, is called the plus 3x. And then when you go minus times plus the product, which is the answer to the multiplication, is minus 4. Okay, so now we let each bracket equals to naught. X is 1 or x is minus 4. Now guys, if you stop there, you've got 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 is 80%, so clap. But we're not aiming for 80, that's too low. What do I still have to do to get 5 out of 5? Who can tell me? Okay, maybe you can. Yeah, remember when you get the square root question, you have to check your solutions. And if you don't check them, you will lose 1 mark, which is 20%. Now, all you do is you say upon checking. You don't have to show them the check. You just say upon checking. But I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So you go back to the question, but where the equal was, you're putting in your head a solid line. So that's the left-hand side of the equation. And on the right-hand side is the right-hand side, okay? Now you take the first answer, x is 1. So wherever you see x, let's just make it a 1. In your head, you're going 5 minus 1 is 4. The square root of 4 is 2. And 2 plus 1, we get 3. Now 3 does not equal to minus 1. So this does not work. Now try to make x negative 4. So you're making x negative 4. Let's see if we get the left to equals to the right. 5 minus 4 is 5 plus 4. 5 plus 4 is 9. The square root is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. And minus 4 is 4. So 4 equals 4, which means this works. So then you'll see me put a line through there upon checking, and then I actually rewrite it. X equals to minus 4 only. You will always see me in a memo to that. Notice you don't have to show the check. So if that is your original question, I did the check just using my Casio, taking one answer at a time and subbing it in. Do you get the left side to equals the right? If
So,
not,
ma'am,
you cut that route.
So, ma'am, do we get marks for checking, or is it just only the x equals to negative 4 only?
Okay, so in other words, that would be the last mark, correct? So if you don't kick off this one, if you left your answer as x equals to 1 or x equals minus 4, if you leave your answer like that, you will get 4 out of 5.
No, what I meant was...
You actually write upon checking, because you're really showing your examiner upon checking, and then I personally write the answer that works. Now,
So the physical,
80% of the time one gets kicked off. But I have seen where they both work, and once or twice in my entire life, in 21 years of teaching, I saw them both not working. So that is very rare. It's like a great white shark attack. So I would say if both don't work, assume you're wrong. Just go back and double check. Maybe you went wrong with your signs or something. If they both work, that's fine. If they both work, then you've got to say upon checking x equals this or x equals this, or both of them work. Otherwise, I won't know if you've checked it. And if one gets kicked out, then write the one only that works. That's what I would recommend. Okay, guys. Yeah.
So, ma'am, the physical checking does not count as a mark. It's only just the upon checking that that gives you the mark.
Now I know Mr. Nasembo does this differently. He first works out the interval that x will be real, and he gets an interval x was between there and there, and then you can look at your answers and kick the one out. But not every student will understand that method. So I think the method I do, isolate the term with the radical, square both sides, solve. Then you don't have to physically show the check. You just have to do the check, and you get the last mark for if the one does get kicked out. Or if they both work, upon checking both routes work. That would be the 5th mark.
So upon checking and none of them work, it's no solution.
Okay, then you would say upon checking there's no real solution for x. Yeah, but as I say, that is so rare. I've seen it, I think, once or possibly twice. And I got to think it was error in the exam. But yeah, you never, life lesson right there, you never know. I mean, who would have known at the end of last year that we were going to have the world freezing like this? Who already knew this was going to happen? Very quiet. No one.
I don't know.
Did you know if you watch TV,
quote of the day.
Hey? What?
You said quote of the day, man.
Oh, the quote.
Can I have the quote of the day?
Oh, I was just going to say, you know who probably knew this is, if you watch TV, you get those American doomsday preppers. And they've been prepping their whole life.
Oh, I think they're just wackos, man.
They've got like 10 rooms just full of toilet paper. Yeah, true story. Okay, the quote of the day. Let me read it to you. Today is the 8th of May, Friday. Okay, the note of hope is the only note that can help us or save us from falling to the bottom of the heap of evolution, because largely about all a human being is anyway is just a machine. We're a working machine. That's deep.
Man, I just
Okay,
want to go
but
outside.
look, let the beginning, but look, the note of hope is the only note that we can help save us from falling to the heap of evolution. There you go. So we've got to always hope. And I hope this virus ends soon. Hey, James. Yes, James is watching.
That quote you just said should be the other way around.
What? We're a working machine.
Yes, because we're first before the machine.
James said humans came before machines.
That's true. We made
True
machines.
story. Yeah, with man-made machines, right? Okay, unless they came from another outer space planet dimension, just saying.
Oh.
Right. Yeah. Now listen, I will give an invisible onion to anyone who can start me off with the next question. It's going to be solved for X, and it's going to be 7 marks, which is, I don't know if you've noticed, but that's quite a lot of marks. The question goes 4 brackets. Wait, I wrote that wrong. You see, I'm not a machine, I'm human. It goes 4x, that's an X. Then it goes bracket. Then it goes X minus 1, close bracket, minus 7 equals to 2 over x squared minus x. Sure. Okay, an invisible onion for who can tell me what's the first step I do, guys?
I think you have to simplify out the brackets.
Okay, if you do that, you're going to get 4x squared minus 4x minus 7 equals to 2 over x squared minus x. What would you do next then, Lamb Chop? You see, if you think you've got to factorize this into x minus 1 LCD, do you see you're going to get an x to the 4? Do you see you'd get x squared times x squared is x to the 4? That means this is K method. But it's not so easy as the previous one. It's disguised. You've got to find a repeated pattern of 2 terms. Who can see what I've got to do?
You have to simplify it out. Yeah.
Take out the 4. Let's not take out an x. Let's just take out 4 from those terms.
But you can't, man, because it's a 7.
I nearly.
Yeah. You can take out a common factor of 2 terms. You can. Because do you see, Lamb Chop, if I times that back, I get those terms. There's the minus 7.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now you finish that while I get something. Hold on, you finish that. Okay, just look here. That is my onion. I've been telling my class all about my onion, and I've never brought it to school. But you see, guys, if you keep your onions, you see he's as light as a feather, he doesn't smell, and his name is Bob, and he's my friend. So, you know what I'm saying? You can have a little buddy sit next to you and keep you company when you're feeling a bit lonely.
I feel like somebody's going to eat the onion.
No,
Sorry,
Bob. I'll get
Man,
you
Bob
later.
committed suicide, man. Just died, man. Just died, man.
No, onions can't commit suicide.
I nearly.
Hi, potato.
Okay, now choppies, you see I'm going to let the x squared minus x.
Please repeat what you just said now.
Okay, do you see, let's take a highlighter. Can you see the
I don't
piece
see.
Can you see that what is repeating itself? It's got to be 2 or 3 terms. So do you see x squared minus x? Remember I tell you every lesson, a division line is a bracket. So you see, you would put these two terms in a bracket, x squared minus x. Do you see there, by taking out the 4, you've got the x squared minus x. So do you see that x squared minus x, the repeated pattern, is what we're going to say is k. So can you see that this will become 4k minus 7 equals to 2 over k. Can you all see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I see.
Yes, ma'am.
Rob sees there's a liar. Now we're going to put
Thought
this
Bob
over
died,
this
man. Looked
one.
like he committed suicide there.
No, he didn't. Look, he's smiling.
Stop saying he committed suicide. He's not dead. Stop it.
Exactly. I'm here. Okay, what do we do next? We flatten with an LCD of K. Yes. And then what can't be naught? K
Okay.
can't be naught.
Okay.
Ma'am, is Bob
Okay, so
a
now 1 into
math
K
genius?
goes here.
Yeah.
Can you please shut up?
What laptop? What does that become? Can you see it's minus 7k? Yes. Bob says yes. And k into k goes once. So 1 times 2 is 2. Am I right, Bob? Yes. What do we do
Okay, Bob.
next? Okay. Bob is a palindrome. Do you know
Yes,
what a
Bob.
palindrome is? Yeah. If you say his name forward or backwards, it's the same. Yes. Okay. What do we
What
do
the
next,
fuck?
guys? We factorize.
I don't think Bob has any sexual partners, mate.
4. Should we do 2 like that? Do you see 8 minus 1 is 7? Guys, do you see how easy factorizing is? I don't know why, but most of you, I notice, can't factorize. Or you do this wacky method of called slide and divide, which is just, I don't know why you would want to do that. Do you see how easy this is? Hello? I'm listening. Hi. Okay, so do you agree K is going to be minus a quarter or K is 2? Now,
And there's
all we
1
need
minute
to
left.
stop there. What, Lamb Chop? I
There's
can't
1
hear
minute
you.
left.
I've got 1 minute.
That's a lie. How can
Yeah,
it
that's a
be?
lie.
You see, all I want
There's
is
one-
You know what? We could do this.
Ma'am, ma'am, you have 5 minutes.
5, yeah.
5 minutes
So
though.
do you agree? Who is K?
Oh, stop singing.
K is x squared minus x.
Yes. So x squared minus x will either equals minus a quarter or x squared minus x will equals to 2. This is easier. Let's do it first. Bring the 2 across. X squared minus x minus 2 is naught. Guys, kululeka. X is 1. Now listen, I know you hate fractions. Should we just flatten this, guys? What is my LCD? 4.
Yes.
So you see this just becomes 4x squared
4.
minus 4x plus 1 is 0. The factor of 4 and 1 to add up by 4. This doesn't factorize. Now, if an equation doesn't factorize, do you A, run away, B, C, use,
Start to
you use formula. It presents
Hey, run away.
as factorize. Look. You going to end up
In 4 minutes.
or x is going to be 1. Now,
Yan na nga ulit.
Minutes left.
honey, guys, Julie, some of you would have got it, and else you would have got x to the 4. Am I right? Now, if you get x to the 4, you stop. If you get x to the 4, you've missed your K method 6 to 7 marks. Okay.
Ma'am, I don't understand. How did you get 2x minus 1 squared?
Oh, I
Using the quadratic
factorized
formula.
4x squared minus 4x plus 1.
Excuse
You
me.
see, my factorizing is very good. I can do it in my head. Do you see that?
Oh,
Great,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
I have to do it on paper, ma'am.
Okay, guys, I will send you, I'll send you that memo of that question and the others. Have a stunning weekend. And when am I going to see you? Monday. At what
Never.
time?
Monday, ma'am.
Wow.
Monday,
12.
12 o'clock, ma'am. Ready for
Never.
class.
I mean Monday.
Ready for
Monday
class.
at 12.
Never.
We
So
will
confused.
raise the bar.
The boys
Sorry,
ready
ma'am.
for
Don't you think I
class.
should join the choir, ma'am? Don't you think I should join the school choir, ma'am? I can sing.
Bob wants to join the choir
School
as well.
choir. What grade?
Bob is also
I
an
want to
admin.
join school choir.
Nelly. Nelly.
Bobby.
It's terrifying.
Bob's giving